Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you love these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you could see it and you could purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing the 2002 model year Jaeger LeCoultre Master Geographic white gold with ruthenium coated dial. This was part of a series of several watches with white gold cases and ruthenium dials for the 2002 model year, and easily the most emblematic of Jaeger LeCoultre, as the timepiece features the signature geographic complication along with a radial date and a power reserve, and it wears easily on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, 38 millimeters in diameter. It's a traditionally sized men's dress complication, 46.2 millimeters from lug to lug, making it very wearable, and only 12.1 millimeters thick. It's no thicker than a Rolex Daytona, and that in spite of the half-hunter caseback. The spacing between the lugs is 19 millimeters if you wish to accessorize, but the factory strap is a high-grade piece. Let's pull it off the wrist and take a look at the accessories at close range. The strap is a medium rectangular scale, medium brown alligator leather with a sheer construction showing you the layers of the leather and a monotone stitch. On the underside, it is calfskin, and you can see that this is a new Jaeger LeCoultre factory strap produced in France by the OEM strap provider to Jaeger LeCoultre, which is Camille Fournet. White gold deployant clasp, single fold. You can see this is the second generation folding clasp at Jaeger LeCoultre. You know it's the second generation because it has this media blasted channel right down the center of its interior, flanked by polished guides. It's a very secure and substantial component, and again in white gold it adds a little bit of additional pleasing mass to the wrist. The case band is simple and strong. This is the master case that was used on everything from the master control of the period all the way up to the master minute repeater. The lug profile is strong, and there's a very subtle rounding off or beveling as you turn from the hoods of the lugs to the flanks. The case band is all of high polish. The bezel is slightly stepped inward with a conical profile, and by the way, I want to show that to good advantage. This is a pre-owned watch. There's a small mark on the case flank. No two pre-owned watches are exactly alike, so I want to make sure I always capture any distinguishing marks of previous ownership. The watch is all of high polish, and as you can see, it is an impressive piece with quite a lot going on the dial side. So let's start from the outside and work our way in. First, you have applique dart style diamond polished indices for the hours. You have hash marks for the minutes, and all of this in a lovely light gray ruthenium. So this is not quite silver, this is actually gray when you see it in person with a matte metallic finish. You have a sunken register for the power reserve, 42 hours, and of course you can, if you wish, manually wind this automatic winding watch to see the power reserve traveling along. There is a pusher adjuster on the flank that allows you to adjust the radial date, and then there is a second time zone with an AM/PM indicator or a day-night indicator adjacent, and that is actually keyed to the index at 6 o'clock. So 6 o'clock is the index. So you can see right here my reference city, which applies to that reference time zone. My reference city is Tokyo. Now let's say I want to travel from Tokyo to Karachi, Pakistan. You can see the watch just did all of the math for me, and you can see that because the shaded day-night indicator is currently ruthenium coated rather than blue, dark blue, this is actually going to be a quarter to 1 o'clock in the afternoon in Karachi, Pakistan. So you have that AM/PM day-night indicator, and although you could set the second time zone independently, the primary notion behind the geographic complication is that you change your reference city, and there are 24 of them, and the second time zone adjusts automatically. Now of course when you pull the crown out, you can set everything in sync. You'll note it also includes hacking seconds. So now everything sets in sync. You can also set the reference city independently, and you can see that day-night indicator shifting as I do so. Jumping to the caseback, part of the charm of this watch is that you get the solid gold caseback and all the additional precious metal and mass on the wrist that brings, with the visibility of the movement that comes with a sapphire display caseback. So you can see there's a lovely engine turning internally, and if you want to customize the watch with a dedication or engraving, this is a great place to do it, so externally the watch is unmarred. Now the movement is a JLC caliber 929-3, automatic winding, bidirectional. You can see the unique jeweled reversing rocker that JLC used on these 889 based complicated calibers to let it wind bidirectionally. Circular Côte de Genève across the bridges. You can see that also across the rotor. The movement adjusted in a chronometer busting 6 positions and passed through the master 1000 hour control. Remember, chronometer standard is 5 position adjustment. This has been adjusted in 6 positions. It is also blessed with a 22 karat gold winding mass rather than the standard and cheaper 21 and 18 karat used widely in the industry. Now, as I mentioned, the watch does feature hacking or stop seconds, 50 meters water resistant. It also beats away at a modern high beat rate of 28,800 vibrations per hour. All of the blued screws are kiln or fire annealed, which is to say they are fire blued rather than being chemically dyed. This is the higher grade of blue screw, and it is a 38 jewel movement, as you can see, featuring a good deal of hand finish. It's not as hand finished as, for example, a Geneva Hallmark Vacheron or Patek. Nevertheless, this is not a mechanically finished industrial product. You get a little bit of both in this watch, which is extensively handmade. And again, that Master 1000 hours control, a test of water resistance, power reserve, chronometry, over 40 days of total testing, including winding efficiency. It is the full package, this watch. Accurate, beautiful, wearable, and a complication that's distinctive of the manufacturer with a lovely white gold ruthenium combination. See it and make it yours on the watch box. And we're back with the Jaeger LeCoultre Master Geographic, lightly loomed by night.